Hello and welcome to Off the Rack. I'm Shelley Beyer, and if you're preparing for breast reduction surgery, or maybe you're in the healing process right now, you may be wondering how to really nourish your body in this season. I just want you to know this is a tender time, and you deserve clear, gentle guidance that helps you feel steady and strong. Before I ever thought about having surgery, I was already on my own healing path. About 10 months before I even considered breast reduction, I started eating carnivore. And honestly, it was because I was struggling with rosacea and I wanted to do something about it. But what I didn't realize was that my metabolic health was really, really poor. Like so many of us raised on the standard American diet, I didn't know how inflamed my body had become. I had joint pain, knee pain, hip pain, plantar fasciitis, brain fog, and my hormones were completely out of balance. As I kept eating this way, the high fat, low carb, eliminating processed foods, my hormones started to heal. My brain fog started to clear, and my body began to change. Not because I was dieting, but because my body was finally healing. That's why I believe so strongly that if you're preparing for breast reduction surgery, giving your body this kind of support ahead of time can make all the difference. Your healing will be smoother, your scars will look better, and you'll protect your investment because this surgery is an investment. And if you keep going after surgery, you'll prevent that cycle where weight creeps back on, especially in your breasts, which can undo the beautiful results you worked so hard for. So today, I want to gently walk you through 5 things to know about using a ketogenic diet to support your healing, and why this approach can help you prepare your body for surgery and protect your results afterwards. Let's start with a really simple foundation, understanding what these ways of eating actually are. These diets all share one purpose: healing through ketosis. The first thing to know is that keto, ketovore, and carnivore are all forms of a ketogenic way of eating. They simply live on a spectrum. At their core, all of these ways of eating are high fat, moderate protein, and very low carb. By keeping carbohydrates low, you allow your body to shift into ketosis, where fat rather than sugar is burned for fuel. And this creates a state in your body that lowers inflammation, balances your hormones, and supports deep healing. You can think of it this way: keto allows a little more flexibility, usually under 20 grams of carbohydrates per day, where ketovore is a little stricter, under 10 grams of carbs. And then you have carnivore, which is the most strict, nearly zero carbs, no plant foods. Personally, I lean toward carnivore, but I do include clean seasonings like garlic salt and onion salt. So I would say I eat about 98% carnivore. But the bigger picture here is this: they are all ketogenic diets, and they can all support healing when done well. But before you dive in, there are some key foods you'll really want to let go of to help your body heal. So let's go over the most important foods to let go of for healing. Let's start with seed oils. These are highly inflammatory and can block healing. You want to eliminate canola oil, soy oil, corn oil, sunflower oil, safflower oil, grapeseed oil, rice bran oil, and cottonseed oil. Those are the 8 most common ones. But it's not just about removing seed oils. You also want to eliminate sugar, not just processed sugar, but all forms of sugar that come from carbohydrates. This includes grains like wheats, oats, rice, and corn. It includes starchy vegetables like potatoes, sweet potatoes, and squash. It includes beans and legumes, even things like lentils or chickpeas. And it includes most fruits, even though they seem healthy, they still break down into sugar. You also want to be very mindful of nuts, peanuts especially, which are not a nut, they're a legume, but also cashews and pistachios, because these are very carb heavy and inflammatory for many people. I want to be really clear here because this can be confusing. Carbohydrates of any kind will break down into sugar in your body. Even foods that seem healthy, like rice or potatoes, will still spike your blood sugar and drive inflammation. If you want to get the full healing benefits of a ketogenic diet, you need to keep those carbs very low and eliminate all of those foods. And once you've cleared out those inflammatory foods, that's when your body can really start to shift into a deeper healing. So next I want to talk about why carnivore is the most effective for surgery prep. Carnivore offers something extra that really supports surgery prep. It acts as an elimination diet. When you remove all plant foods and just focus on animal-based nutrition, you quickly learn how your body responds. You start to notice which foods trigger inflammation or discomfort. This is so important leading into surgery because the goal is to enter surgery in the calmest, least inflamed state possible. That's why I leaned heavily into carnivore before my own surgery. It helped me lower inflammation, improve my skin health, and feel strong going into the operating room. For surgery prep, carnivore will generally give you the clearest results the fastest. But again, the key is getting into a ketogenic state, whichever version works best for you. And as you continue eating this way, focusing on healing first, something else often starts to happen naturally. Now, healing comes first, but then fat loss happens naturally. When my husband and I started eating this way, we weren't chasing weight loss. We just wanted to heal. I was dealing with rosacea and joint pain and plantar fasciitis and brain fog and hormone imbalance. And my husband had his own struggles. He had sleep apnea, prediabetes, he had a lot of extra weight and body pain, and his blood sugar was unstable. But as we focused on nourishing our bodies with high fat, low carb foods and removing inflammatory seed oils and all those carbohydrate rich foods, we began to heal. My skin cleared, my hormones balanced, my inflammation dropped, my husband's sleep apnea went away, and it only took like a week. His blood sugar normalized, his body pain decreased, and along the way, without dieting, our bodies naturally released excess fat. I lost about 30 pounds and still losing, and my husband lost over 40 pounds. But more importantly, we felt better. Our bodies were healing, and that gave me such a strong foundation going into my surgery. So if you're preparing for surgery, I encourage you to think about this as a healing path first. Weight loss can happen, but the real gift is what happens when your body is finally supported and able to heal. And when your body is in that strong, balanced state, that's exactly what sets you up for better recovery after surgery. When you reduce inflammation and stabilize your blood sugar, your scars heal better, your recovery is smoother, and you experience less swelling and pain. And after surgery, staying on this path helps protect your investment. Surgery is a big investment, and one of the biggest regrets I hear from women is gaining weight afterward, often right back into the breasts. But by continuing to nourish your body with a ketogenic diet, whichever form works best for you, you help maintain your results and avoid that cycle of regain. If you'd like more guidance around this and a clear plan for how to fuel your body before and after surgery, I'd love to invite you to download my free guide, Fueling Your Body for Surgery. It's a keto and carnivore nutrition guide that helps you lower inflammation. Plus, it comes with a 15-day daily video series that walks with you step by step, so you'll never feel lost or overwhelmed. You can find the link below this video. I would love for you to have it as part of your healing journey. I hope this gave you a clearer sense of how this way of eating can support you and how healing your body first can truly change your experience of surgery and recovery. Remember, this isn't about being perfect. It's about giving your body the nourishment and care it needs to heal well. In my next video, I'll be sharing my breast reduction scar update and what really worked for me. So if that would be helpful for you, be sure to stay connected here. But until then, be gentle with your heart and kind to your body. And remember, healing doesn't have to look perfect to be real.